it's really interesting because I have like a whole new perspective since I've made Manhunt game. I watch Manhunts and I think, oh, I could make a splice there, and because there's definitely usable stuff. There's really exciting stuff, and I just thought I would make a video about it. This horse moment, I would have really wanted to include it. The problem is, it's so cool. The problem is, it's very early on, and so I have limited opportunity to how many moments I can include, because you start out with one video and then it like branches out. This is right after start, so actually most of the Manhunt starts don't get used because there's no way, like, you will have like 5 different parallel paths, and at that point you don't have 5 parallel paths. Another thing about this video is like 1.19. Well, it definitely is because there's a warden later. It's 1.19 and like the last 300's grand finale is on like 1.16 something. It's not even 1.17. None of the original 300's manhunts have a like the deeper caves. They don't have the 1.18 terrain generation. So I would have had to think about how to include that and not make it too jarring of a switch. I don't think it would be too difficult because this is something that's entirely underground. Although, to be fair, the outside, like the overworld generation, is also different. So I would have definitely had to watch out for like very tall, very 1.18 mountains. I would try to avoid including them. We're gonna talk about that more when it comes to the warden moment. Which, oh my god, I have thoughts about that. This is such a clutch because Dream didn't have food here. That would have been really useful. Oh yeah, that would have been really useful. Because actually, one of the bigger struggles I had with making Manhunt game is in the initial stages, I was really watching out for inventory contains. For like what Dream has in his inventory and to be like at least somewhat consistent with it. I think it's grand finale where Dream already has like 30 bread or something ridiculous for start game. And I was connecting that to a moment where Dream didn't have any food, and later on, actually having no food was a struggle in multiple places. How to like make it make sense that Dream doesn't have any food, and it doesn't always, but you know, it's whatever. And it was the moment where Dream finds diamonds and then is trying to quickly make an iron pickaxe so he can mine them before the hunters get there. It's a very clutch moment where he actually, well, he doesn't end up making it, but then he comes back. It's very, very exciting, and he keeps opening and closing his inventory many times, and I was like making it so that he doesn't have any food in his inventory, and it was quite something. Also, I tried to watch out for so that he wouldn't like, I wouldn't include a moment where he eats, and I missed one. So, you know, if you notice a random piece of bread appearing in Dream's inventory out of nowhere, that's why it's there. Yeah, so I was gonna say, this would have been very clutch. I would have used this because this right here, Dream didn't have any food, and it was a problem because he wasn't half a heart in a place where you don't really get food. I would have definitely used this moment as like a, okay, Dream has food now, I will stop struggling. I will just like, you know, he has food now, that's established. Okay.
I'll wait.
We have the first MrBeast appearance. I was thinking about this, because obviously this isn't even technically a manhunt, but let's call it a manhunt for the purposes of just having an easy... It's just easier to call it a manhunt. There's things that are different about this. I was thinking about this, and I actually don't think I would have included any of the mysteries meddling moments directly. I would have wanted like an Easter egg with one. And I don't know how I would have made it. It wouldn't have been this one though. It would definitely have to be the Nether one. Oh my god, this is similar. This is so similar. This is the birch forest. The village followed by a birch forest with water near it. This is so similar to like scenes from the original 300 Manhunts. Satnam is so self-aware here compared to the original Manhunts. He got all of them got a lot better at like not letting Dream know key information like I'm low. And in like especially in like the first Manhunt, it's so maybe Dream kills Satnam because of it, and you're like, oh, shouldn't have said that. And because I'm obviously the smartest. Like I know better than everyone how you should play Manhunt. I think I'm just gonna let it play, but like, imagine you're digging down and you fall and it just spawns the warden immediately. Dream doesn't know how dangerous the warden is. Like, look at this, like, he's standing right next to a warden. He's like 2 shot maybe. Like, even if and it's behind him. He's like, he doesn't even get hit. He doesn't even get hit by the warden. Yeah, but I definitely would have wanted to include the ancient city moment. Now I'm thinking how I would have done that. Like, maybe I could have... So there's 2 moments where Dream is underground before he goes in the Nether. And he already has stuff. So it definitely would have worked out in one of them. So what he did wrong there, I think... You have to start from putting water in the lava. That's what made it just turn the whole thing into lava. Yeah, there may have been enough lava to still make the portal. But they were too close. Could have been a choice though. Could have been a choice. I could have filmed an entry. Especially because we have a seed to this. Which... Oh my god. That was the worst. The fact that we don't have seeds. Any of the 300 manhunts. Like, I don't think they're public knowledge at all. I looked for them everywhere. To be fair, by everywhere I mean everywhere that I thought they might be. Which is decidedly not everywhere on the internet. It's very far from it. But they're just not there. So when I was planning for Manhunt game, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, you know, put the seed in Minecraft, go to the location, and then film something there. And then I realized I don't have the seed. So I was like, oh fuck. I had to, like, go to a random seed and find a spot that looked similar enough and then build, like, make it even more similar than that. And then pretend it's the same spot and nothing's wrong. There's a choice where you can either choose to enter the Nether in the... Because Dream's like running through the jungle and then he finds the lava pool. And in the original Manhunt, he decides to not make a portal in that lava pool because he has a different plan. he has a plan that he needs more iron for. It's to make potions in the nether. But you don't know that at the time. So he decides not to make the portal. But I put a decision there when you can decide to make the portal and then you get a different nether experience where you don't brew potions there. So I had to like build the same-ish scene, and I'm actually very proud of like how close I got. And then I had to build a portal and then I had to edit it so it looked smoother. And I'm like, I'm the level of bullshit. It's making me laugh. It's so funny to me. So I was gonna say, like, at this lava pool that Dream, like, when he floods it with water, there potentially could have been enough lava to make a portal still. I think it would be worth a try, except the hunters were way too close to him to, like, pull that off. But you don't know that, like, you don't know that yet. This is the type of thing I noticed. Like, it's not clear, it's still not clear how close they are until it cuts away from the lava pool. That would be very useful, because I could make that not be a thing. I could just pretend they weren't close. I could build a lava pool, build a portal still, and enter the nether there. I don't know that it would have been a very interesting choice though. It's like, oh no, I guess I give up. Versus, try if there's lava, maybe there's more lava. I like this soundtrack. This is such nice music. I really like it. I'm vibing.
I am good. Wait, guys, this isn't Manhunt. We don't actually have to go up and get him. We can just wait. Like
Bad Boy Halo.
So we can literally
1000 IQ moment.
Alright, fine. Let's just sit here and
Let's just wait him out.
That was so smart of him.
Look at it go down. It's fine. I'll just wait. I guess.
We could have had like a dripstone moment here. He was planning how he could like kill people with dripstone.
Okay. What? What, MrBeast? What? What do you want?
Dream, you're in a tower. This isn't good content.
Okay.
I really like how there's like a... Okay, what, MrBeast? What do you want? Like, it's like a... it's like a what now moment. It's so... It really works. It's really nice. They're like flying behind him. It's so... I wouldn't have used this moment because... I think it would, like, MrBeast randomly appearing and giving the hunters random superpowers would be a bit... Like, if what you're going into is like a regular manhunt, you would be like, what the heck, why? It would take you out of the narrative. But I still think, like, as an Easter egg, I still don't know how I would go about doing that. But I would pick one of those moments. Which I already said all of this. It would be the nether moment, I already know that.
What if One Direction came back and they replaced Harry Styles with Dream?
Okay, stop. You're gonna get me like canceled for not even saying anything.
What if Dream joined BTS?
Right here, I thought it would be like an important thing that he dropped the pickaxe. I thought it would be important later that he doesn't have an iron pickaxe, but it never becomes an issue. I was like, when is it gonna be important that he dropped the pickaxe?
Who has an iron pickaxe?
And then it actually wasn't. Which is good for him, because like not having an iron pickaxe, like, it's a big thing in speedrunning, where you have to mine gold, including gold blocks in the bastion, where you will like want to trade those with the piglins. You have to have an iron pickaxe for that. If you don't have it, you can't mine them, and then like you can destroy them, but they're not gonna drop. So I thought that might like be coming up, but it wasn't. Luckily for Dream, it wasn't.
Oh my muffins! I'm writing down the cause.
Oh my muffins. I repeat things that I like. Sometimes that's a problem.
No, I was good. Oh, no, sneak, MrBeast, sneak!
Dream, you do this every video and it's honestly kind of boring.
It's not boring. It's I love it.
Server, make everything visible through walls.
Wait.
If there's a cut, it's really well done. There might not be. If like, I don't. MrBeast would have to have like the command completely ready for it to be like that fast. From like him saying to do it and then him doing it. It makes me feel like there would be a moment in between that. It was a good cut. I look out for the cuts now too. Because it's best to connect things on a cut because it means nobody is speaking. You can't cut off anyone halfway through a sentence unless Dream already did that before you. But this MrBeast moment is definitely the one I would have chosen because of how cool it is.
That what?
Then again, maybe not. Okay, could I have connected? No, he ate the god apple.
I have my shield up. He can't
So
get
to use this TNT moment...
Careful.
Oh no, I could have edited that out easy.
Back up. Oh my god.
Okay.
Because this TNT moment is so cool. He lights the TNT, puts a... This is like a... This is like a Bed Wars moment.
Let's go!
I would need him to eat the god... I keep tapping my screen. I would need him to eat the god apple beforehand. Or at least somehow drink fire res. Maybe I could film that. I could film him drinking fire res. This is kind of dangerous to tower like this. Because there can be wither skeletons on top of that. They're just gonna jump down on you. And A, wither you, and B, knock you off the tower. And Dream gets so lucky with that.
13 in one vein. Oh my god! Wait, what? Wait, what?
I would definitely want to include this moment.
I was back in the field.
The thing about the netherite is it would have been very different. Because in the original 300 manhunts, the first 3 are pre 1.16 nether. It means that there's none of the new biomes, no piglins for trading. It's like older nether, right? So what you want to do there is just get blaze rods and get out. Whereas in 1.16 nether, which was the nether update, you get all of the new stuff and you can trade for pearls in the nether. It's like the new easiest way to get pearls. The nether in this video is like a 1.16. It's a post 1.16 nether. It's obviously on 1.19, right? But it's a post 1.16 nether, which means I would group it together with the 1.16 nethers, and it would be a third one. Which like it makes a big difference because I was thinking that I might like switch between the old nether and the new nether, but it very clearly became obvious that that's impossible. Like I couldn't smoothly switch one nether experience, like the old nether experience to the new nether experience. It just wouldn't really work. Because of how different it is. So what I did was I made originally 3, but then I scrapped one because it was the same as the other one. I made 2 pre 1.16 nether paths, and with the 3 manhunts that are on old nether, and 1 1.16 nether path that's with the 2 manhunts that are 1.16. And that one was kind of challenging to make because only having 2 manhunts doesn't give you much choice, like much to work with. Like, imagine if you just had 1 manhunt, you can't put any choices in it because it's just one storyline. If you have 2, like, original storylines, then you can sort of, like, chop them up and, you know, you can, it introduces choice. You have, like, you get more options to work with. But it's still very, like, for example, like, I had 2 fortresses. Dream has to go to the fortress. And I had 2 options for what could happen in the fortress. So in the 1.16 Nether, you get one of those 2. There's no other fortress experiences to get. And this would introduce a 3rd one. It would also introduce more bastion time, which I also struggled with a little bit. I'm pretty happy with how the 1.16 Nether path came out. That being said, it would have been a lot cooler if like it would have been way more like rich in the experiences that you could get if I had another manhunt to work with, like this one. Obviously, it has the MrBeast moment in it, which I would only want to include in like an Easter egg way. I would want to make it clear that that's an Easter egg. That it's not just like a, you play Manhunt and if you're lucky enough, MrBeast appears and makes it harder for you. I would be adding another 1.16 Nether path. Because at this point, when you have three like parallel lines that you can chop up and work with, it's enough to make 2 paths. Which there's gonna be repeating material in it, but it's gonna, like, I can work with it well enough that it's like, even if the scenes are sometimes gonna be the same, it's gonna be a different experience overall. Which is like the case a lot of the time in Manhunt game, especially in the post-Nether territory, because actually the Manhunt game has like 77 or 78 videos altogether. Half of that is post-Nether, because it's just like, at that point I have 3 Nether exits because I have 3 Nether paths, but well, no, I don't have. No. Oh my god, I don't remember my own work. This is a really confusing concept to think about, even if I came up with it and even if I like it works out. But it's like, okay, so there's 3 portals that you can exit through, but it depends, like, what happens after depends on what choices you made in the Nether. So forget the portals. Out, like, at Nether end, there's 7 different paths. Like, I call them, they have color markings. I have them color marked. They're red, orange, yellow, green, blue, pink, and purple. That's the paths. There's not enough material in 5 manhunts to make to put like a lot of variety in 7 different like paths, and make, like, keep in mind that the path isn't just it's not like one storyline, it branches out. So you have a starting point, and then there's a choice, and then you have 2 parallel lines, and then there's a choice, so then you have 4 parallel lines, and like, and then there's a final choice, and then you get the 8 different, you can still get the 8 different endings. Like, I think one of the paths actually has all 9 different endings, because there's an extra choice in there. this extra material would have made a big difference to the nether, as well as to the post nether, because it would just have way more variety. Like, it's still there's only so much I could put there, because there's only so much in the original sources, and so this would have been like very, very good to have. But also, I would actually like, if I only had to choose one, either the nether or the post nether. I never know what to call the post nether other than post nether. I would still choose the nether, because I think that has much more like game changing potential. Because I would be going from 2 1.16 manhunts to 3 1.16 manhunts, which is a bigger difference than going from 5, just, you know, the bit 5 parallel storylines, the 6 parallel storylines. Like, it is better, but it's not that much of a difference. I couldn't have used much of the end like footage, mostly because it doesn't work the same. Like, Dream keeps dying and respawning, because he can do that in this game format, but not in a Manhunt format. Manhunt ends if Dream dies, right? Yeah, no, this would essentially be unusable for Manhunt game, because it's a completely different format. Yes, it's a victory. Do I wish I had this before I started even planning Manhunt game? Yes. Do I wish it came out while I was still working on Manhunt game? Heck no. Because I would have had to rework all of it. Like, especially if I'd already edited the like sections that I then would like want to change. No. No. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed like some of these insights. This would have been a cool stream, I feel like. I want to stream. Anyway, check out Manhunt game on my main channel, link in description. It's like, it's gonna be right there. I'm gonna make it very obvious. Also, if you want to check out my other content, I think it's pretty fun too. I promise you won't regret it, and if you do, you can unsubscribe. You're gonna have to subscribe first, though. Because if you're not subscribed, you can't unsubscribe. That's how it works. That's why you should always subscribe, so that you have the option to unsubscribe later. Because it's a powerful tool. There. That's a good argument. I like that.